They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat. Have you seen the exchange between Donald Trump and the Liberian president? Originally, I was just getting ready to come on here and yap and poke fun, but the truth is, it's just not funny anymore. The blatant disrespect of people of color, black people, African Americans, they insult our intelligence. They treat us like we're animals or some type of threat to society when they are the real threat. All we want is to be left alone. I'm tired of watching the news. I'm tired of it. Like, it's literally to the point where I am strongly considering leaving the U.S. And I'm not talking about just something that I'm just saying. Like, I am literally trying to make plans to take my family to somewhere where we don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
Rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to my YouTube commentary. Now, one thing, they told black Americans to stay loyal to America, but America has never been loyal to black life. You know that? Now, black Americans right now are leaving United States. They are leaving United States in mass numbers. They are leaving United States in numbers. Okay? And the question is, why? Why? What is the real reason? Now, because the media keep framing it like it is some lifestyle trend, or they just want to live abroad, or they just want adventure, they are moving because of TikTok, no, that is not the truth. The truth is far, far deeper. And today on this video, we are investigating the real reason why black Americans are leaving America. And the end of this video, I hope all black people who are watching this video who are abroad will make a decision to leave or to stay. But stick here, watch this video up to the end so that you get your connection. I am the Kenyan Beast. For those who haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. And for the members of this channel, I appreciate so much for you being members. You are the reason why we here and doing big. Now, let's watch these clips from other creators and then we continue.
Black Americans are leaving the United States. It's a trend called Blaxit.
I refuse to raise a child in the States. I even refuse to raise a pet in the States. Like Davina, she will never see what the States looks like. Gracias. Y'all said y'all was coming over here. Every day this week, I've run into African-American expats, and I love that for us.
According to the Power Broker magazine, since 2020, there's been about 120,000 plus Black American adults living abroad. That's up 70% since 2014. And TikTok is the messenger.
This is another thing I love about Thailand.
As an American living in the UK,
We're Black Americans living in China.
Now, some of the reasons why people are a part of Blaxit is because economic uncertainty, racism, but overall, they're just focused on having a lot less stress.
We've come all the way from the U.S. because we need a respite. We wanted something different. We wanted a safe haven.
Some people still note it's an adjustment.
back in Poland. Of course, everyone thinks we can't speak the language. Ale ja mogę, jasne.
I'm Kenny James for Blavity, so don't forget to leave it in the comments.
Yo,
What?
have you noticed a lot of black people are moving to the continent?
We've been noticing, we've been hearing, in the streets, a lot of, yo, my man, what's up, man, yo, man. But we just thought brothers and sisters are visiting. What's going on?
And I don't think it's a coincidence. I think that people are realizing, especially in America, that we have other options.
Correct. You do have options, my brother. You can have barbecue and braai. Same time. You will not be subjected to a life of checks. No, EFTs. You will never see an envelope anymore at the ATM. No envelopes. Do you understand? You will not see fax machine ever. All right? So, yes, I agree with you.
What's funny is that a lot of my friends from Africa want to move to the States. They're like, oh my God, I wish I lived in America. Why would you want to move here?
Oh, my brother, our own, they don't know. Don't blame them. Shame, they don't know. They think life in America it's Schwarzenegger. They think it's Rambo. All right, they think it is days of our lives, the bold and the beautiful. They don't understand that a person can work 2 or 3 jobs in a day. We shall pray for them.
But with inflation and all the things that we're dealing with in the States, I think slowly but surely people are realizing that it's not really the dream that they market it to be.
Yay! That statement. That you see what you just said right now, it's power. Because that's really what has been, that's where the danger has been, the dream, the marketing, the PR. Shame. It nearly got us. It nearly got all of us.
Which is part of the reason why I think they want to get rid of TikTok. Like, people barely use Google. This is our search engine.
Yeah. I get you, because now they have to explain to the people how come most Africans, when they do their videos, there's no lion walking behind us. There's no elephant calling our names. Now they have to explain, because hey.
And so with all the resources we have now, I think a lot of people are going to be moving to the continent and seeking a better life, especially with this being an election year. It's going to be interesting to see how many people go.
Oh, my brother, we are ready. Listen, we are ready. We forget everything. Just, guys, please let us know how you guys are going to come so that we should prepare. Do you understand? There's a lot of parties that we need to do. For what? Welcome back home. Do you understand? We need to figure out, we need to budget. Do you understand? We need to budget who's buying chickens, who's buying the cow. Do you understand? Who's buying the goat? You know, who's doing the vegetables? The mothers, they need to, peel the vegetables. It's really, it's a celebration for us. We just let us know so that we should know who's doing what. Do you understand? Who's bringing, we should also organize like the aprons, our uniform, to welcome you guys back. Because no, it's a bit too much for you guys. It's a bit too much.
I don't know why I'm crying about this, but it just really frustrates me. Like, the medical system here in the US sucks. They just care about your money, and they don't want to help you for real. I just spent literally half of the little bit amount of money that I had, because I haven't been working, to go get a surgical consultation because I have a broken toe, just to find out that I'm not even talking to the doctor. I'm talking to like a medical student who, if the medical student feels I should get surgery, then would recommend me to go talk to the surgeon, which would be another copay. Then to see what the surgeon recommends. And he was like, basically, that he doesn't recommend me getting surgery. And yeah, just wear shoes at all times. And I'm like, wear shoes at all times? Like, come on, bro. That's the best you have for me? Wear shoes at all times? Like, how realistic is that? And he's like, I mean, if you just don't want to talk to the surgeon, you can, but I just feel like it will be a waste of your time. And I'm like, this was a waste of my time. Like, that's why it took me 6 months to even do this, because I always feel like it's a money grab, and I always feel like it's a waste of my time, and like I get dismissed and nobody actually wants to help me. And it's like, y'all knew how long it had been since I broken my toe when I made this appointment. So why wouldn't you just tell me from the jump you didn't recommend the surgery? Why let me drive over an hour, spend the copay, when I already don't even have money to just be fucking spending on BS. Like, because that's all that they want. That's all that they want at the end of the day. They don't care about our health. They don't. And I'm really sick and tired of this system. Like, I'm sick and tired of feeling like I literally am forced to be my own doctor. I'm forced to just figure out everything by myself. It's exhausting.
Here are the top 10 reasons why African Americans are moving out of the USA. 1. People are scared out of their minds. Scared to breathe, scared to think, scared to have an opinion, scared for their lives, scared for their body. Just freaking scared. Of who? I ain't gonna say who, we already know who. We can't afford to live in the USA, our own country. The rent is high, food is high, the cost of living is just high. And of course, minimum wage doesn't allow you to be able to afford the cost of living. In other countries, some of us just feel safer than in USA. The bullying that we experience at work, the bullying we experience just on a daily basis just for having dark skin. Yeah, I mean, it's my country too. I was born here. The food quality in the USA really, really sucks. For instance, high fructose corn syrup is that very concentrated sugar additive that you see in pretty much everything processed. That is really, really, really bad for your health, especially your heart. But it's allowed in the USA, but not in other countries. It's like literally illegal. A lot of us, and self included, we're tired of the disrespect. We're tired of being lied on. We're tired of the stereotypes, the categories they put us in. We're tired of all of that BS. Like, we're tired of fighting. We just want peace. And like, most of all, like, we just don't want to die before our time. So we leave. I currently relocated to Mexico, but I think I'm going to be going to Africa next. Everybody should go to Africa. It's time.
If you weren't already aware, there are a lot of African Americans who are actively leaving the United States and going to a number of different countries. And this comment says, like, wow, you know, for the first time in history, African Americans will be dispersed around the world instead of like concentrated on this land. And I had a crazy thought, and I just need y'all to like walk with me real quick. What if we aren't supposed to be here? Have we thought about that? What if we aren't supposed to be here? What if we are supposed to leave this country on our own terms? We weren't brought here on our own terms. So what if we were supposed to leave on our own terms? It's kind of crazy how you fight for the same thing for 400 years and, you know, what do you get from it? And I'm not taking away from our ancestors and all of the strides that they made. What I'm saying is, when you do something over and over expecting a different result, that is the definition of insanity. We made strides, but are we happy as a collective? I'm not happy. I am actively planning my exit out of this country. What if we took our dollars and our energy and our education somewhere else?
My name is Courtney Bowden, and I am the founder and the creator of Black Expat Stories, which is a multimedia ethnography podcast and platform that is capturing what I believe to be America's next great migration, the Blaxit movement. And so we are showcasing and amplifying the voices of the pioneers like you and I at the forefront of what is happening right now. Now, for those of you who might be history buffs like me, we know that the original Great Migration happened in the early 1900s, and that is when 50% of Black Americans moved from the South to the North and to the West. And I argue, my thesis is that we are in the midst of another great migration, another iteration of this migration movement, except it is now global. And so at Black Expat Stories, we are committed to capturing these journeys because we're seeing how much of our history is being erased, how many of our voices are being silenced. And when the mainstream media gets a hold of what's actually happening, because just like the Great Migration, it took them a little while to catch up. Once they catch up to what's happening, they're going to try to
they're going to try to shift the narrative, and they're going to try to whitewash the narrative. And so what Black Expat Stories, what I'm doing with this platform is saying, no, the voices of the people that we're interviewing, we're telling our stories, they're unfiltered, they are real, and we're talking about the real reasons why we are leaving the United States in droves. I mean, as if it's not already obvious, right?
So why are so many diasporans moving from the UK, US, Europe, Australia back to Africa? Do you want to know why? Because we are tired. Tired. We're tired. Look what's happening in the UK right now. I don't know how you guys are coping. Look what's going on with the cost of living crisis. Egg. Can you believe egg is so expensive? People can't even afford egg. Egg. That egg is so cheap here where I am right now. Egg is nothing. Egg. People can't afford egg. For the minute egg has become a luxury, you know it's time to get out of that country. Cost of living crisis. When I was living in the UK, right, I say back in the day, food bank was for homeless people. Food bank was for people that really needed it, that had no money, had no home, had really struggling. Now, people who work 9 to 5 need food bank. That's when you know there is a crisis going on. People who work 9 to 5 need help to buy nappies for their baby. Something is not right. It's crazy what's going on in the UK right now. Look what's happening with immigration, with the National Front and all of these things that I'm seeing on the news. I'm like, hey, in my own country, the country that people of my color came and built after the war, the country that the Caribbean people came and built, Africans was fighting in the war, came and built. You guys, your country was in ruins after World War, after Hitler did that to your country. It was in ruins. And it was black people, Africans, Caribbeans, and Indian people, Asian people that came and built your country. And you've got the nerve, the cheek to tell us to get out. Hey, Lord. This same country is telling me to get out. It's okay, I'm going. I'm going. You don't need to tell me twice. I'll pack my bags and go. Because Africa is not a SHIT hole. I have to say that because I don't know if my mom's going to be watching. Africa is paradise. So I'm going to go to paradise. You stay in your SHIT hole.
Welcome. Before we even talk about Ghana, we even talk about Kenya, we even talk about passport, we must start to talk with one comfortable truth. Black Americans have been trying to escape America since the moment they arrived in chains. And that is the first fact. The first migration was forced and the first dream was freedom. Harriet Tubman, on the other hand, didn't just free slaves, but she freed people from America. Okay? The Underground Railroad, for example, was not about integration. It was about escape. And black people were literally fleeing the United States. Historian Ibrahim X. Kendi reminds us that American racial history is not an accident. It is a system, it's a design, it's a structure. So when we see black Americans living today, that's not betrayal. When we see black Americans living today, it is not weakness, it is not running, but it is continuity. It is history repeating itself. Let me speak plainly here. America is not simply changing. America is collapsing morally. And black Americans are watching the country unravel. Okay? There's the rise of open racism, the rollback of rights, the normalization of extremist politics, or the explosion of police militarization. There's the attack on black history being taught on schools. Now, this what we are talking about is not subtle. This is loud. It is happening. It's aggressive. And black Americans are saying some things like, I cannot raise my children here. I cannot breathe here. I cannot build peace here. And that's why they are leaving. Okay? When you talk about policing, for example, in America, black people are not policed because of crime. Black people are policed because of presence. Black people are policed because of existence. Black people are policed because black skin is treated as suspicion. And Professor Michelle Anderson in the New Jim Crow explains that mass incarceration is not a broken system, but it is a racial caste system. It's a modern control economics. So what happens when black Americans realize that the state itself sees them as a threat? They begin to search for somewhere else to live. They begin to search for somewhere else to breathe, for somewhere else to simply exist. And many who move abroad, they say something like, for the first time in my life, I feel human. That means what? They didn't feel as human when they are in America. When you talk about economics, because America sells a myth that you work hard, you succeed. But black Americans have been working hard for more than 400 years, but there's no reward, there's no wealth, and there's no justice. There's no. The median white family in America holds dramatically more wealth than the modern black families. That gap is not about laziness. The gap we are seeing between white families and black families, it's about redlining, it's about discrimination, it's about unequal housing. Even if it's you, how can you continue to live in a system like this? You have given all the system what you got. Your creativity, your innovation, your labor, your body, but the system does not see you as a human being. Okay? Black Americans are tired of running on a treadmill that never moves. They are tired. And when they look abroad, they are realizing their money stretches further. They are realizing their labor is valued differently. The entrepreneurship is freer. So they leave. Family, there is something called racial battle fatigue. This is the exhaustion of constantly navigating racism, microaggression, code switching, fear, representation politics, always being the only one in the room. Like, black people are the only one in the room. Okay? Always having to prove you deserve to exist. Always trying to explain yourself as a black person. You deserve to be on this boardroom. Psychologist Dr. William Smith coined this term to explain the mental health toll racism takes on black people. And many black Americans are simply tired. They are tired of fighting every day. They are tired of explaining every day. They are tired, so they are living. They are living not because they hate themselves, but they are living because they love themselves. Black Americans are not just living just like that to travel, but they are returning. They are returning spiritually. They are returning culturally. They are returning psychologically. The rise of Pan-African consciousness is very much real. Social media has connected diaspora communities. Right now, I can talk to my diaspora friends. I can talk to black Americans just through social media without intermediator. Black Americans right now are seeing Africa not as a place of poverty, but they are seeing Africa as a place of possibility. They are seeing Africa as a place of identity, as a place of roots. When you talk about Ghana Year of Return, that was not tourism. It was prophecy. It was symbolism. It was history calling people home. And America is afraid of that because when black people reconnect globally, for example, Kenya with Jamaica, connection. Afro-Latinos, Brazil with Ghana, they connect. Let's just say Afro-Caribbeans with Africans, Black Americans with Afro-Caribbeans, Black Americans with Africans. Let me tell you, when black people started to talk one language, the system will eventually lose control. It will eventually lose control because the system only succeeds because of our division. The system always succeeds when black people are emotionally controlled. When black people, they don't talk to each other, we fight on each other, the system is happy. That's what they want. And that's why the fight of black people, the algorithm is very, very high. But the unit of black people, it is being suppressed. I see on my channel, I see it. When I do videos about unity, it is being suppressed. But when there is a scandal, drama and everything, it's getting a lot of views. That's how they keep black people down every day and day and day. They keep feeding on us. They keep feeding us unnecessary discussions. When I talk about geopolitical, America is no longer the uncentered or uncontested emperor. The world right now is shifting. We have seen China is rising. We are seeing Africa asserting itself. We are seeing multipolarity emerging. And black Americans, who has always been the moral consciousness of America, are watching their empire decline and asking questions like, why should I stay on a sinking ship and a ship that never repeated me, never respected me? How? Okay? They are reading the signs, they are preparing for the future, and the future is global. Let me be clear. What I'm talking about is not just about Ghana Years of Return or Kenya or South Africa. Black Americans are moving, and they are moving to Mexico, they are moving to Portugal, they are moving to Brazil, they are moving to Senegal, they are moving to Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, Jamaica. And the reason why is because many are seeking lower cost of living, for example, more community, less racial hostility, business opportunity, and spirituality grounding. But also because America feels unsafe. Africa is not perfect, and that's the reality. Africa is not perfect. No place is perfect. Corruption exists, yes. Tribalism exists, yes. Economic struggles exist. But the difference is Black Americans often say, in Africa, I'm not a racial problem. Just like, for example, we have tribes. We have Luya, we have Luo, we have Kamba, we have Kikuyu. When a Kikuyu goes to Central, when there's a lot of Kikuyu, she or he feels comfortable because he is among the people, his own people. Even if they are Embu, they are Meru, but the Kikuyu is okay. When a Luya moves on the western side, he is okay. Even if he is among Luos, among Kisis, among Korea, he is okay because he is on the western side and he feels safe. Africa is not perfect and no place is perfect. Corruption exists, tribalism exists, economic struggle exists, but the difference is Black Americans often say, in Africa, I'm not a racial problem. I've given a little example. The movement of Black Americans is bigger than individuals. It's a global shift. It is Black people choosing self-determination. It is Black people choosing safety. It is Black people choosing peace. It is Black people choosing dignity. And America knows something. When Black people leave, America loses its souls because Black people have always been the moral engine of America. The creativity, the culture, the labor, the resistance. This is not just migration. This is transformation. And so, what do we do as Black people? What do you do as Black American? What do we do as African? For example, Black Americans must plan wisely. Africans, we must welcome Black Americans wisely. Diaspora unity must be built international or intentionally. When it comes to economic bridges must replace dependency. We as Black people, we must create global Black network of power because the future is not begging for inclusion. The future is building our own table. And my family, let me tell you, Black Americans living in America is not abandonment. It's awakening. It is self-love and it is strategy. It is history moving forward. Tell me what you think on the comment section about this video. Until next episode, peace out.